The views and the opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities of LFTP Productions.
Woo! Hey, who said these ladies can't get it? You know how they get it. They come on the scene and we say, divas, and talk and make it. I like the way you walk and divas, make me feel. I like the way you talk and divas, divas. I like the way you block it, divas, divas. We got the diva doses. 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 We got the diva doses.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Divas Dose Podcast show. Here with everything. Hold on, y'all. Here where everything is up for, nothing's off topic because everything is definitely up for discussion. I'm your co-host, Sharnita, or just simply Nita. And to my left, we have
Peaches with no cream, but I got all the tea, baby.
And to my right, we have
your girl, oh so Mimi.
And we have a very, very special guest in the house tonight.
Also Mimi? Yeah, that's me. I'm also Mimi.
Hey, Renee could not be with us tonight, but we have a very special guest that's in
Boy Drew, the Charm Guy, host of the Charm Hour here at LFTP Network. And we're a mashup with the Divas.
Yeah.
Okay, good matchup. Good matchup.
It's a mashup. I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited.
So you never know what's going to happen. Okay. But
No. This could be a Molotov. We'll see.
Okay, absolutely.
Let's see. Okay, so before we get started, we just want to lead in with a quick prayer. Bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we humbly come to you, thanking you for traveling grace to and from our destination. And we ask that you bless this union of 3 women, 1 man, 4 mics, 1 voice, in 1 space. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. You like
Well,
that?
honey,
You like that?
baby, because you know she usually can't count, Drew, but she got it right today.
Amen.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Okay, so whatever, Peaches. So without further ado, tonight's topic is gonna be fire. Politically fueled. They ready for it.
Yes, we are.
So tonight's topic is it okay for the man to carry the child on his income tax if he pays child support? The man or the woman, whichever parent pays the child support. I know you guys have been hearing about this. You know, supposedly Trump is trying to set a rule, a law, meaning for the.
Actually, it was a false statement, and people just ran with it. I think they were just trying to get Trump's attention, but that's neither here nor there because it is something factual. Something that should be discussed.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
It's hypothetical. Let's talk it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So,
what I want to do.
do you guys agree that the non-custodial parent that pays child support should carry the child on their income taxes?
Absolutely.
Okay. Peaches says absolutely, and we'll come back to you, Peaches. What do you say, also, Mimi?
I think there should be stipulations to come along with that.
I like that.
Of course you would.
I like that. Okay.
Sure you think that.
And what are your thoughts, special guest?
I am okay with this so far. I hadn't put a lot of thought into it because, again, it is hypothetical. This is not fact. We got to fact check stuff online
Of
nowadays.
course, absolutely.
But I don't really have a problem with that. It makes sense.
Oh, okay. So we're going to go back to Peaches. We're going to hold your thought. Come back
Okay.
to Peaches since we first started with you, Peaches. Why do you agree?
Because he's providing the child support and he's being taxed on the child support as well. If he's paying $1,500 a month, that's what, like $18,000 a year that he's being taxed on from the government? And then women like to argue, well, I mean, the child stays with me all year long and always with me. That kid go to school 8 hours out of the day, so 40 hours out of the week, that child ain't even with you. You're not even feeding that child either because at the school they're feeding them too. And so I just feel like if that man is paying child support and being taxed on that he should get his money back. I mean, you getting the money tax free, so why can't he get his money? It ain't like he getting $18,000.
I like to tap the mic real quick.
Okay. Well, also, Mimi want
let
to
her down. Yeah, she want to challenge it.
Yeah, she wants
Here
to
she
challenge
go.
No, I just have one quick question.
Sure.
You have a question.
Have you ever had a child that was on child support?
I've never had a man that didn't have no problem with paying. I never.
No, that's not the question that I
What's the
asked.
question you want to ask?
Have you ever had a child that was on child support?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
Would you like to make?
Okay, so
I mean, I guess now I need to refute that and say, what was your point in saying that?
Oh, I'm gonna get to my point.
No, because I think I already know what she's going to say.
Okay.
Because it
I
takes
didn't know
more
you
than
were a
child
lawyer.
support. Because it takes more than child support, the money that you get to take care of a child.
Okay,
Right.
so
That's what she was about to say.
We gonna pause this. We gonna pause this
Ain't no
grudge
pausing.
match between these two, and we're gonna let our very special
Okay,
guest.
well,
We're
let
gonna
him
give
go
his.
on,
We're
'cause
gonna
we
let him
gonna come
give
back to that.
his take.
I just
on
don't
it.
see how it would be unfair. To your point, if you're paying that much, I'm somebody who has to pay quite a bit because I have so many children. I've heard the extreme cases of the $82 a month, $82. We're gonna always use extremes to argue, have counter arguments. But let's be real. I would say if you're paying child support, the majority of the men that are paying is probably a decent amount. All right. You're not gonna get the entire amount back. So if you've paid $12,000, let's just say anywhere from $9,000 to $16,000 for the year, you were actually paying that. You may get a quarter. Let's say get a quarter. If you got a great tax adjuster that you see online, and you get half a gazillion dollars. I'm playing. I think that it's warranted. It's okay. I think it's a win-win. If he was paying his child support the entire year and you got a certain amount and he's able to get it back in taxes, or guess what? If he owes back taxes, guess what happens? You get it. So I think it's fair. I'm gonna land here.
Okay.
The odd thing is seeing the discussion online and how many women were vehemently against this.
Yeah, they were furious.
I was just like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all are extremely upset.
Yeah,
Why?
They were furious. Oh my God. They were
I think that's the question is,
Yes.
what's unfair about it?
So let me say this. So I am a mother who has had 2 children on child support, right? Not that I actually wanted to put the fathers on child support, but when they weren't doing what they were needed to do, I put them on child support. I didn't ask for the max. I asked for support, okay? So to Peach's statement, what I was going to come back and say is, so I'll use my youngest, for instance. She only gets $386 a month. Now, child support is what it is. It is to support the child. Now, my daughter, she has braces. Them braces is $183 a month. So you do the differentiation between that $386 and that $183. It's not enough to support her.
Who pays her medical bill and her dental?
More, even though
so they don't make the father
what is that,
pay?
$65 additional? I'm telling you, it's on top of the $383. It's in the $383. So you understand where I'm going with this? So for me, I wouldn't have a problem with it if you did something on top of that. But you're not. So I pay the utilities, I pay the food, I pay the clothes, I pay the sporting events, any extracurricular activities, I pay all of that. So for me, now, if he wants to go back to court and give me the max, then I'm all for it.
Well, why haven't you?
Because that money, what I do for my daughter is I give her her card and she manages her money. So if she wants to do something, she uses her card.
But why don't you go back and get the money that you feel like you need?
No, because I didn't say I needed it.
She needs it.
No.
You just said the braces,
No,
the money doesn't cover the braces. So obviously there's more money that's needed.
No, it covers the braces. No, we're talking about income tax or whether or not he should claim her on his taxes.
Absolutely, he should.
So I get my money back on the taxes.
No.
Yes.
Well,
you need to go back to court.
I think what we're discussing here is, of course,
and
the
if
child
you had
tax
a
credit.
man, do you have a man that's partaking?
No.
Okay.
But this is the child tax credit, right? So that you're being able to take advantage of it. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I don't understand how the breakdown would be if you would even get anything back.
I
or
don't
if you
think
just
they
would
should.
get less. I don't understand that. But I think it's fair.
You shouldn't get the child tax credit.
I think what it forces,
like that.
it forces y'all to talk though.
I
think that's what it's
my
really
thing.
doing.
And
Yeah.
I think that every parent should co-parent because really it's about the child. And that's why I allow my children to, the other one, when she was on child support, it teaches her finances. That's number one. It teaches her how to budget her money, right? That's number two. It teaches her responsibility. So for me, I don't need to go into his pocket because if she needs something extra and I don't have it, Dad, can you give me or can you send me XYZ? Because now you're doing something outside of the child support. You don't come visit her. So if you want to build that relationship with your child, you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, now if I was getting $1,500 a month, okay, you earned it.
So you saying in essence that he hasn't earned it, even if that law would pass, you would have a problem with him getting it because he hasn't earned it.
Let me tell you how it wouldn't work.
Okay.
You want to know how it wouldn't work?
How it wouldn't work?
Because the first thing I would do is go to the district attorney, the attorney general, and say, "Hey, this is how much I pay a year. This is how much he pays." He would not be able to file her because it says whoever has the bulk of the responsibility and whoever's the custodial parent. That means we'd have to go back to court and change the court order.
Well,
Not
I
if
think
the
the
law-
law, if the law is stating,
No, because you got one court document and you got a tax ID.
Right.
You have a tax law.
but the
That's two different
so-called
laws.
law is saying that whoever is paying the child support, if the father is paying child support, you cannot claim that child. That's the supposedly law. We know
Well,
it's not factual.
Well, it's
But
already
what
out
if,
there, though.
But what if that become factual? To where if the father is paying child support, regardless if you the custodial parent or not, but the non-custodial parent can file that child on their
trust
taxes.
me, for every law, there's paragraphs under that law.
Absolutely, and I agree with that.
So
and then
it's
if
not-
Trump
it's
leave it
not-
up to the states,
Well, it's already out there though. That's what y'all don't
Right.
understand. There's some this already out there. It's
How about this for a question? Is the man deserving of any kind of relief?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I don't think men should be put on child support. If you ask me, if you have a father who's willing to take care of that child, and you have a great communication with that father, and he does when he needs to do, I don't think he should.
My personal belief is if you've never been married, then child support shouldn't come into play. That's my own. That's my
your
own
personal
thing. I think child support is for married people. But moving on, I think that a man should be paying. The reason why we have child support instated is because we know that men can drop off a baby and leave. So I think you do need child
Men are
support.
not the only ones. Women too.
yep.
Yeah.
Women,
But you have good fathers out there, though.
Women will, but I think more than likely the children end up primarily with the women. And I know my audience might not be used to me saying that like that because I'm a misogynist. But this is true. Primarily the children will end up with the women,
Yeah.
right?
There's a small percentage.
This is the thing, though. For many men, and I have experienced this, when you have an average job, you're a blue-collar worker, and child support hits, it is a debilitating thing. You have to do extra work to be able to take care of your lifestyle and just pay your bills. Because in the family courts, it is not looked at as though I can go provide for my children equally as their mother can. They don't see it that way. So more often than not, men are going to pay child support. It can hit his pockets. It could be hard on him. So why not offer him some sort of relief? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. You know, you got to think, average income earners, talking about black men, and I'm sure Hispanic men are involved in this too. We looking at 40s, 30s, 40s. Average white man, we looking at 50s. We're talking about the average income earners.
Yes.
How much is that? So if you get half your check, because it's going to be gone. They're going to take it too. They're going to know where you're working at. It's gone. Now what? So that's kind of how I look at it, which is why I say when I look in the comments and I see women being so vicious and venomous, it's like, well, damn, I'm sorry, can I curse?
Absolutely.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you even say that? Because often men are not talking about men that are paying child support and going to work with. That's like, imagine you done worked all this overtime. You done worked all this overtime, 60 hours, and half that check is gone.
Yeah.
You want some relief. That's why I said
That's why I say if you're co-parenting, to me, this is my opinion. I don't think a father should be placed on child support because I feel like a father would do more when he's not on child support. Now, if that man flips, like in my situation when he flipped, I say, hey, you'll get together. I'm gonna have to take you back to court. He didn't get it together. He knew his responsibilities. I took him back to court. I gave you the opportunity to do the right thing. And I think if you give men that opportunity, I think a lot of them will do the right thing because child support is not needed every month. Because if you say, hey, for instance, my younger daughter, hey, she needs to get braces. You gonna go in half? Okay, cool. Now if you don't have it, you can make up for it in a couple of weeks because you ain't got it today, but you didn't made an agreement. You gonna give it back to me.
You a good baby mama.
Yeah. I am.
Hey, baby mamas. Y'all heard her? Y'all listen to her, baby mamas.
And so, Drew, to your point, I think a lot of women are bitter because now it's cutting in on their funds in their household because you best believe that child support benefits their man too.
I think some women just have a problem with the man. Like, I don't even think that. You have women who are out earning their men, going after the child support, knowing it's going to break him down because you hurt me so.
Yeah. So they use it as a tool. They use the system as a tool. I've always said that.
Women only told this. I got women up here, so y'all tell me what y'all think.
Speak.
Women are only having kids for men most of the time that they want to have them with, and they only going after child support for men that they're trying to go after. Because I've seen women have babies with men and not go after the child support. They moving on trying to get a whole nother man.
Yep.
But yeah, some women are vehemently in the court. I want this nigga in jail. It's like, okay, you mad at the man.
Because he got another woman, he got another family, he got another baby and all
and
that.
He's not partaking up to your standards of how he should take care of his child because he does have a whole nother family or a wife or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a tool. I truly
So now he finna get some taxes. He finna get some tax money. But what it does is that woman, it forces her to be a little softer. Because maybe she do need something for the kids. So she's got to find a way to communicate to him and be softer. And maybe get some of that money. And he probably will give it to her if he have a heart.
In my previous relationship, previous relationship with my two priors before my husband, I never asked for child support. I'm not gonna say I don't believe in child support, but I feel like I laid down and made those kids me and you. So. And it's just maybe the hustle in me. I'm gonna take care of my kids against all odds.
Right, regardless.
Those are mine.
And I'm not gonna force you.
You can choose to contribute, or you can choose to not to. Whatever you choose, I'm okay with because they're gonna be taken care of regardless because of the hustler in me, the go-getter in me.
Right.
I feel that
and
too.
And that's just my personal belief.
Because I don't feel like you should force somebody to do something they don't want to do.
And they probably
just know that you ain't coming to pick nobody up because I don't trust you.
So should men have some sort of male reproductive rights?
Are you talking about as far as the woman getting rid of the baby and they want them?
Meaning that, so it could even work like, well, hey, I didn't want to have this child. You want to have a child, so I shouldn't have to be on child support.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you on that one.
I
agree with him on that one.
Well, I would say do something before and not after, because I have a child who I had a child with, and I knew the father was not really going to be a father, and it wound up really bothering the daughter. So there's some, some down the line things you got to deal with when the father's not present in the life.
Unfortunately, all too well, the kids get caught up in the situation of the bad decision making of both parties.
Right.
Unfortunately,
because you do have kids that grow up and they want to know where they came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do believe if a man is saying, "Hey, I don't want this kid," and he even giving you money to go, take care of your business, and you like, well, no, I'm gonna keep it. Then know that you're gonna raise that baby by yourself.
Yeah, that's the truth. And
what's crazy? I knew somebody that had a situation like that where he gave her the money to go and have the abortion, and she went shopping with the money. No.
She had a card on Shein.
Okay.
I don't know, but the young lady instead of because he already had like 5 kids already, so he was like, I don't want any more kids, which he should have taken better precaution. I'm not putting it just on the lady.
Right.
He should have had better decision making as well. He let the little head think for the big head, whatever the case may be.
All unwanted pregnancies are the fault of men.
Well, all of them.
Every single
True.
one.
I agree.
Single.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely, fellas.
That's
I agree.
100%. They are the fault of the...
I'm saying what I'm saying because I like to talk about accountability.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, as a man, when you know the game, we spit the game of truth.
Yeah,
so it's like this.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the woman does have some accountability too. I'm sorry.
I've never been asked by a woman to have a condom.
Whoa.
And I'm not alone.
Y'all, STDs is real.
We say that, but when we look at the statistics that come out every week, who are these people that are having raw sex? Who are they?
But you would be surprised. He's right, though.
Every woman that I met, no matter the age group, the sugar mamas, come on, sugar mama, you in there? Young. They don't ask because when we in heat, we in heat.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we trust. So
and it feels better.
So as a man, I learned early on, and I had my father growing up, taught me what I needed to have for protection. If the man got the seed. Yeah. So all unwanted pregnancies are actually the fault of men. If women know this, then they should be asking for condoms. They should
right.
maybe asking
Or
for
be
marriage.
packing them themselves, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they still won't. Nothing. That's a whole nother story.
That's right. They still want it raw, baby, because it feels
I knocked
totally
the chick
different.
raw down and see some condoms in the top of her closet.
OMG.
You ain't gonna tell me about this?
Oh, you just got that good.
Hey, listen. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's why you got 6 of them.
Oh my goodness.
He ain't putting it in the nut bush, baby. He putting it in the bush.
Oh, why you get Peaches started? Oh my God.
Okay, back to what we were
Back
talking
to the
about.
topic
Yeah,
at
back to the
hand,
topic.
Peaches. Stick to
Okay.
the
I
script,
don't know.
Peaches.
I tell my girls, because I have all girls, I tell them, hey, you got to do what you got to do to
I'm
protect
stumped.
yourself.
I know.
That's a
At all costs.
But even
because the condom can break.
Yeah, and to flip that, what if the guy wants the baby but the woman don't? So then what happens in that situation?
No, because I tell my daughters, at the end of the day, no pun intended, mama stay, daddy's don't
But I'm just
always
saying,
do.
what if he don't want you to have the abortion? He's like, I want my
It
kid,
doesn't
give
matter.
me my kid.
It doesn't matter. Mother stay, daddy's.
Go
And
play.
and I tell them all the time, if you make that decision, you have to understand that you are making a sole commitment to yourself and that child, that there's a possibility. I ain't saying how big it is. It's a possibility you may be raising that child on your own. So
Even if he want it and she don't want it.
it doesn't even
That's
matter.
good game. I like it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
yeah.
truth.
And the only reason why I bring that up is because, as y'all know, my son has his kids and the mama's adios amigos. You know what I'm saying? And it's times where the man, some men don't believe in abortions.
Yeah.
They don't.
That's
And they're
true.
willing to take their child. They're like, give me
that's
my
true, Peaches.
kid. And
But
I,
as a mother, how can I couldn't fathom giving my
but
child.
you
up,
have
so.
some women that do that.
Yeah.
They would give them up. They'd be
Yeah.
like, here you go.
I just think those
And I
are probably the
commend them
women.
that
And I guess
those
what
are
I'm trying to
probably the
ask-
women with no nurturing bones.
And I guess what I'm trying to ask is, does a man, I guess he don't have the same choice because it's a woman's body and her choice. So even if he say, have the baby and give it to me, she could still say no and abort it.
Well, I do think that men should have a choice, but I mean, the reality is, if you're not married, and marriage doesn't safeguard anything.
True.
But if you're not married, what
Yeah.
guarantee do you have as a woman?
But I hear y'all keep saying about marriage, and this is what my granny told me. It doesn't matter if you're married or not. When you lay down and bear those kids, those are your babies. No matter if you got a husband or not.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When y'all split and separate, go your separate ways, when y'all call it quits, guess who them kids gonna go?
Well, that
They daddy.
well, not necessarily.
No, ma'am.
Well, in her
The
case,
mother.
Well, no, hold on. In her case,
Shit,
in
I'm
her
dropping
in her
them
son's case, they went with him. But
Because the mother is not
the
a
reason why-
she's not nurturing.
no, listen. This is the reason why I say that. Because when you're married and you have a child, say if either parent doesn't want it, you work harder at that relationship because you don't want that child to grow up in a single parent household. So you put up with more bullshit.
Girl,
you do
when
more
it's-
bullshit.
when it's-
You're more accepting and say, I'm no matter what it is, I'm doing it for my kid. I'm doing it for my kid.
That's true, but when it's extreme toxicity,
That's different.
when it's
That's different.
extreme
Well,
toxicity,
I wouldn't be laying down there open
it's
my legs
time
if I
to
know it's
abort the
toxic.
mission. It's time to abort the
It's
mission.
time to abort. You ain't getting not without no condom because I ain't having no babies. I ain't gonna
That
tell you.
child, that boy going with
I
his
just ain't
daddy.
gonna tell you. I'm just gonna go.
I think Granny had to talk from a place of her experience.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, Granny, Mama, Daddy, they had unhealthy relationships. I always say this. I specifically talk to Black people because that's where this conversation is the biggest. We don't have a culture installed for marriage. There's a lot of the cultures that's gonna see it through. They're gonna put the commitment above everything that's going on. So a lot of times with us, Granny just talking from a place of, Papa was a Rolling Stone, whatever the
Yep.
case may be.
That's true.
However, I do think we need to make marriage great again and understand what marriage really is, especially men. So I was thinking, because I had both my parents in my household,
Which is good.
when I got married I was thinking make her my wife, then have a kid. That's
Yeah,
what I
for
was
sure.
thinking.
That's
I was
what we
thinking that the
should.
baby was exclusive for that. So I think we make it cool and talk about it more and how it really operates, which I think should be in the space more anyway than just casual
Right.
dating.
Right.
Then we'll see changes in the future. But most of us are just operating off of bad
What we-
experiences.
and what we
But in this
Growing
day and
up.
age, it would be safe to say it's a lot of casual this and that. It's a lot of casualties in this day and
This
age.
and that is a good term because there's a lot of this and that.
Well, and I think it depends on the. I'm gonna say the woman. I'm gonna tell you why, because I have met so many women who do not want kids.
Or don't want no more.
No, they
No, they don't have any at all.
They don't want any kids.
Yeah, they don't want any.
And why do
They
you
do
think that's so?
They do not.
They
want
evil. I'm sorry, it just came out.
They evil, Drew.
How they evil, Drew?
I do think.
Why you say that?
I don't want to mess with no woman that don't want no kids. That's a different lady. You see how soft, you see how y'all talking and y'all talking about, oh yeah, and how y'all, that's motherly instinct.
So she's masculine.
No, she evil. You don't want no kids?
I think
Why is she
it's a level of
evil?
selfishness.
You think it's selfishness? Yeah.
How you gonna love and you don't love kids?
But she might want a dog.
Well, get a dog.
But
And some people just career driven.
You have children?
Yeah, I do.
You're tender. You have children? Very tender. You have tender women.
no.
Get a woman up here without no kids and see how vicious she start getting when we start talking about
You
sex.
start. Woo.
She gonna say a bunch of evil stuff. Listen to women without kids and how they talk.
I never thought of
ain't
that.
lying.
I never thought.
Just because see, women see yourself as a homogenous group. Y'all not. There's different types of women. Listen to these women on these shows and what they be saying and how they talk.
Yep.
It sound bad. It's like that's evil. That's evil. Then listen to them. Bitter. They got UDE. I say underdick energy.
Under dick energy. I like it.
Women who are not frequently having sex or have children are mean.
Are they doing it with the
I
rose?
believe
So
that.
hold on, you say
It's build
women?
up. It's build up.
Hold on. Women
It
who are
is.
not frequently having sex or
I
Oh, he
believe
say
that.
children.
I
He
believe
say the ones that don't. Yeah.
Sexual frustration, I
Yeah.
believe is real.
The rose ain't doing it no
I
more.
don't think so.
Man.
Sexual frustration is very real.
No,
now.
it's all in
Yes,
your
it is.
mind.
No,
It's
it's
all
not.
in your
No, it's
mind.
not.
Stop
Okay,
it.
I'm
It's
sorry.
all in your mind.
But
I'm
maybe
sorry.
she.
I stay
maybe-
happy 24/7.
Yeah, because you probably got that rose.
No, I don't. But I'm saying I stay happy 24/7.
You're not sexually
Nita,
frustrated?
you're not in a space where your thought process is even encompassing that piece of your life.
Exactly.
But when your life transitions over to another phase, I promise you, there's gonna be some sexual frustration there.
Girl, Nita
Talk
takes
to
care
a
of
woman. Let's get a
herself.
woman up here. 44, 45, never been married, don't have kids. Let's have some of these same conversations. She might be in the world of her own compared to you. I guarantee it.
I
just-
believe them.
Guarantee it.
Yes.
You bet your bottom line dollar.
Bottom.
And she mad
dollar.
at every man.
Yes, it's a difference.
It
it's
is.
a difference. Trust me. And that's why nobody ever wanted her.
Well, and I think, I do
Well, I
think
know
that
some married women like that. They must not be getting pound town too often either.
They could be, and he's stepping out going to
Yep.
Playgirls or whatever.
Show
movie club
lives
out
or the
here.
cigar lounges.
Something. He going out, yeah.
Yeah,
she
he
could,
going out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have women at home that's mean.
Yep.
yeah.
There's mean ass women at home. Like, why you so fucking mean?
Well,
That's why he cheating.
And make him don't even want to come home.
Yeah, well, I can say I have been mean once or twice.
You
Once or
always
twice.
mean, girl.
But I'm just saying.
Once or twice.
But,
You see me once or twice.
but my
20, 30
but my
times.
meanness is probably more like a self-defense mechanism because of how you're treating me. Because in my nature, I'm not a mean person.
Yeah. Okay. I can get that.
No, I
You
get that.
don't like being told what to put on. Then you're gonna have a problem.
Oh no. See, what my man gonna realize. Let me say this to the camera. Y'all looking at me, baby.
Oh,
listen, you
my
will
God.
never have a problem with me knowing what to wear when I'm with you,
Ooh.
because I'm always gonna look sexy for you, baby.
Now.
All right.
But you do this, Mimi.
And that's so Mary had a little later.
Okay.
That's funny.
I might not even wear no drawers.
Okay, TMI.
Because y'all know she like it on the beach in Miami.
Oh my God.
I did not do it on the
You
beach.
guys,
Oh,
you
well,
guys.
the sales in the room.
Hey,
So
hey.
Anita trying to get y'all
I
all.
know.
Come on back.
Come on back. Come on back.
Not
Hey,
you put my business in the
let's
street.
get to the see what I did with Drew.
You
I
did it
can't-
first.
I can't.
Oh, I know. I be like, hey, I be tuning in. I be like, man,
I cannot.
I can't wait to be there.
He said, I can't-
Y'all disregard anything she said. It's a lie like
Oh
Trump.
my God. Oh wow. That's a low blow.
my bad.
That's a very low
My
blow.
bad.
Yeah,
Trump
I
don't
got
lie.
some peaches.
Don't talk about my president.
Ooh.
Elect.
Oh.
Well, he's
Well, he's the
he is
president now.
Yep.
He's sworn in.
That too.
As of MLK Day, he was sworn in.
Do you realize what they said about Obama? What they say about Obama?
No, I haven't been keeping.
You know
up.
what
know
they
you
said?
gonna
I
tell
cut
us
out
what
the-
Drew.
Do you
cut
remember
out
what they
the
said
TV.
about Obama?
What they say?
That's not my president.
Oh, they did say that.
Oh yeah.
That was
That's
said.
not my president.
Yes, they said that. Yeah,
That's not my president.
Who said that?
the people that didn't vote him in.
Oh.
Okay. So on
okay.
that note, let's bring it on back. Okay, so child support. Does the non-custodial parent get to carry the child on the income tax?
Again, I think there should be some
Bring it
paragraphs
back.
under that. Listen.
So you say it with stipulations. I know that.
I'm saying with stipulations. So
what are your stipulations, if you don't mind?
My stipulations is one is the father paying consistent child support. That's number one. Number two is the bulk of the expenses. Is he covering it? If he's not, then I think that maybe they should do something where they split it every other year, alternate year. I'm okay with that. But
so let me ask you this. Would you be okay for the man to pay child support if he's actively in the child's life, meaning he spends just about as much time with the child as you do, taking the child back and forth to practices, school, recitals, whatever. If he's paying, the child is on his insurance, he's paying the insurance. If he's, hey, we need groceries. If he's sending, bringing the groceries to the house. If you don't have a man.
No.
I'm just saying if he's very
active,
like I'm gonna say 75% of the time in the child's life, and he's paying all of these expenses for this child.
I think it should be in every court order, just like it is on visitation. Every other year, the parent should be able to switch out on the income tax.
No. If he's paying this. He's paying these.
See what I'm talking about? He's paying it every year. So why are we switching it out?
I mean, he's persistent. He's like clockwork on the money around the clock. He's owed it.
She need to go find her a boyfriend.
What?
Yeah.
Look, how much is he paying a month?
Whatever you allowed the court to give you.
So now you want an amount of what he's paying.
No, I'm asking because if it's the minimum, that's $275.
Well, then you need to get the max. No, it's the max.
Okay. Let's say he's paying the max. If he's paying the max,
then yeah, he can file child support.
Every year he gets to file.
It's coming down to the bottom. You know what? I'm not mad.
It's coming down to money.
She wants the bottom dollar.
Yeah, that's it.
We can negotiate that.
Yeah.
But is that fair though?
It's negotiable.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's negotiable. I'm not mad.
Like if say for instance if you paying $400 a month and you only pay the dental and the medical inside that, and I say, you know what, babe, it's our kid. Every other year you get to have her. Would you be cool with that? You're only paying $400. I'm paying every time she go to doctor visit.
I tell you this. I'm definitely willing to negotiate if you ain't trying to we ain't trying to go back to court.
See?
Some months I might miss.
Simple
whatever.
discussion.
If you're gonna be cool, we can. Because as somebody paying child support, I understand.
Is she paying child support the year that you got the kid?
Peaches, the court. Do you understand what a court order is?
I understand exactly what a court order is. I'm just saying you talking about flipping off and flipping out.
Let me just say this: the mother. They prefer that you have joint custody, which means y'all both have equal rights, but the child stays with one parent. Right?
Which is the custodial.
It's a custodial parent, right? So that means that mother is paying for utilities, housing, transportation, everything that is involved for that child.
Right.
Okay? So that's why I'm saying for me, every other year. Now, if you're paying $1,500 a month, and because some men have really good jobs.
Right.
If you're paying that, okay, no problem. You earn that. Because you're taking a lot out of your income to take it. But if you're paying $400 a month, the numbers ain't
so I think
for me.
Would most likely, let's say they do this, they're probably going to come up with something that's not that flexible. So I think in that case, it could also work if you just have some negotiation with the man. Okay, he going to get it every year. Hey, you ain't got to always pay, but just at the end of the year, let me get some of that or whatever, and I take some heat off.
Oh, the hell with that. If he making $400 a month, he probably ain't making that much goddamn money to begin with. That's $100 a damn week. That's half of the man goddamn check. And he still got to eat. He still got to buy toiletries. He still got to do all of that. $400 a month.
Let me just help you out on this, Peaches, because I don't think you're very familiar. So in a man who has 2 children over here and 1 child over here, all those children get child support.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Can I make that a little bit more clear?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got 4 over here and 1 over here.
Yeah.
So therefore, that first one gets the most, and then every other child gets a little deduction. Mm-hmm. So that last child gets the least amount of money.
So then they need to go get them a man that can make up for the rest of that money. And 9 times out of 10, they got a man.
First of all, if a woman comes with a child, it is not the obligation of the new man to take care of the child.
Absolutely it is. If you getting this cooch.
I actually talk against
damn right.
I actually talk against being stepdads. I don't know how much time we got on that though.
What?
I wouldn't encourage a man to be a stepdad.
You bet not. Because if I was a man, if you had children, I ain't fucking with you. Ain't no sense of me lying.
I'm interested in this, Drew. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
No stepdaddy.
No stepdaddy.
Why no stepdaddy?
It's so. I don't think we have enough time.
Just give us
we don't have enough time. That's for the next time.
You know what? That needs to be a next time because that's gonna be a very deep conversation.
I'm with you on that one.
He gotta take care, and I am a believer that a baby daddy, depending on what the relationship is, can still come get some of the cash.
Exactly.
I just don't think. Come on.
And you can't discipline that child the way you want to, because guess what that child gonna tell you? You ain't none of my daddy.
And see, look.
You know what?
Okay, I grew up in a household where we had different fathers, and my father was the one married to my mother. But all those kids was on his insurance. He did all, took up the slack of the other fathers, yet they still had some level of access to the house. So this is a personal experience, not trauma, because you be talking to women on a date now, you had some trauma. No, ain't no trauma, this is experience.
Yes.
But when I've talked to other men and their experience, whether it be through childhood or seeing this in the real dating world, it's very problematic. So I would say, for me, even as a man who has 6 kids with a woman, if you want to fuck with the charm guy, you better deal with it, because I don't want you to have no kids, and you better like kids. You evil.
But do you hear yourself? Yeah. You don't want to be a stepdad, but they would have to be a stepmother.
Yes, it's gonna work out best. Why? Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Hold on, Mimi.
Because the expectation of men is to be provide. You want a man. Somebody up here said gainfully employed. Which one of y'all said that on one of them shows? You ain't alone. Every woman up here want a man that's going to work. So guess what? If you want me to go to work, spend money, be able to cover you, because you don't want a man that can't come in and take some of that weight up off of you. I would rather me take the weight up off of you and not be handling another nigga's responsibility.
Well, I just feel like, because I knew this was gonna drop on my ear. Here's my thing. I don't feel like, and I could be totally off on this, because I'm a lover, y'all. I'm a romantic. Okay, so let me just
romantic.
I am that romantic person, but through my experience, through my personal experience, I never had a man have a problem stepping in and being a stepdad, and understanding that I had a good co-parenting relationship with my baby daddies. Okay, because one, I'm always gonna let the man know, my man, know where he stands at. And if that man truly loves you, he's not going to be worried about the next man, because he already know he got you and you got him. So when he don't have, I'm going to make sure he has. So I understand where your level of understanding is, but I want everybody to know that everybody don't think like that. So for the women that are out there who have children and they hear the men, oh, I don't want to deal with it, there will be a man that will deal with it. It's a matter of how you choose to treat that man. In that relationship.
But there's an archetype of that man.
Hold on. If you don't put your man first and you put your baby daddies first, you're going to have an issue.
But you said that it's not the man's obligation. If you're with him, those children are not his obligation to take care of them, as far as if the father is paying child support for this kid, that kid, and that kid. So then the kids in the household that don't have, it's not necessarily his responsibility. Absolutely it is. Because me and my children come as a package. And you're going to take my kids on, or you're going to get the hell on.
And that's
Thus, let me tell you this, too. That's the reason why I don't date men that got little bitty people. If you got kids that's 16 and under, honey, all we can be is friends, because I ain't got time for all that. Your kid coming in here got a little attitude, looking at me, smacking their lips and all that shit. Girl, you better get the hell on before I slap the shit out of you, and me and your mama gonna have some beef.
But that says a lot about you, people.
It sure does.
But it goes back to your statement. Look, children always get caught in the middle of something.
Yeah.
And that's unfair. Because those children had no bearing on the relationship before or the relationship now. Because when you get with that woman, male or female, you understand they come as a package. So if it's in your heart, if it is in your heart to be that person, to understand that if I'm coming in and taking care of you, I know this comes with the territory.
That's right.
If that man tells you anything, or that woman tells you anything different, get your ass out of it.
You better.
Okay,
you better run for the hills for me.
I agree. I agree with you.
This is heated. We're going to let our special guest, Drew. Come on, Drew. Chime in, Drew. Oh, my God.
You make a great point.
She do.
It's so many factors we got to go into this too, because we got to talk about desirability. How much does a man desire this woman? If a man desires you, he's gonna really do whatever it is to be with you. That's a point. I like what you talked about too, because there are women that don't want to put up with small kids. They don't want the stepmama thing. That's what I'm saying. This is why I talk about staying in marriages, because if you think about it, even though it's hard, it is in your best interest to stay with the person you had children with. Because now all of us, me included, we're running into this. We're running into situations to where, there's some women that don't want you to put your kids first. Now, technically, if you're going to marry this woman, right, we talking Bible scripture.
Bible, yeah.
And it's what? It's God, man, wife, and kids. So now there becomes this thing of, does she feel like she's coming first ahead of these kids? So that's an issue a man has to deal with. A woman has to deal with a man coming in and picking up the responsibility that's the last guy has. So we'll just be arguing this all day. Yeah. But that's why I try to go ahead and get it back to, well, this is probably why we should be living this way, so we don't have all of this. Because just like you don't want to have to deal with, and look, I've had that. I had a woman I was talking to, kids didn't like them.
So is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, because then she started being kind of mean to my kids.
Okay.
So you got.
But I'm saying, what if she did and your kids were just being downright mean to her? What if she?
I mean, we're going to have to figure that out.
I think that's going to be our next topic. That's going to be our next topic.
But you see how it's an issue? It's just an issue at the end of the day. And I think as a man, it's dealing with that. Sometimes you have men with women tendencies in terms of they found out the lady moving on. The lady about to marry you, or whatever the case may be. Now the nigga ain't never been involved till today. He calling
and that's when that child support too gets set in place. No, really, really.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are real. We deal with this, and I think we have to find ways to navigate that. But ultimately, I think the best solution is to just tell the younger generation. Because if you didn't already pay, hey, look, if you 40 plus dating, goddamn it, just got to deal with it. You got to deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Great, man. You guys have had some great opinions. Now it's time for us to wrap this thing on up. So I'm going to start off with you, Mimi, for the wrap up. What did you take away from today's topic?
I think discussions definitely need to be had. I don't think we should ever leave any situation to the law. I think people need to learn how to co-parent and communicate effectively for the best interest of the child.
Absolutely. All right, Peaches, wrap it up. What did you take away from
I totally
today's
agree
discussion?
with Mimi and what she just said. But y'all men, go get your money, baby. If that law pass, go get your money. And don't be switching that and all that stuff. Oh, okay, well, you can get it this year, I get it next year. No. Go get your money and also get your children on the weekend, holidays, and all of that, too. And if she get acting funny, like she don't want you to let you see them kids, come with them court papers, call the police, and...
It's a civil matter.
I don't give a damn. Get your children.
We're going to have a conversation.
Because you're paying for them.
We could talk
okay, so our special guest, Drew, wrap up. What did you take away from today's discussion?
It's a great discussion. I think we have more, agreeing with Mimi, we have more to talk about as a society.
Yes.
This conversation is heading in the right direction. There isn't a definitive answer, but co-parenting, we need to co-parent, and we need to do what's best for the child and not bicker and argue. So that's kind of what we're pulling from this. I think we overall said that.
Yeah, so, pretty much. So
I definitely think we should, I think men should get the tax break. But we've already discussed that being something that we can negotiate. But I think we should get the tax break. But we have a larger discussion.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and I agree with both of you. All three of you guys. I really do. I'm very open-minded, so I definitely agree. You guys have summed it up for me, so I don't really have a takeaway because you guys have summed it up. And that concludes this evening's show. And if you guys would like to check us out, we're on the LFTP YouTube every Monday at 8 p.m. So make sure you check us out, like, subscribe, and share.
And you can also check out Drew every Tuesday.
Absolutely, Drew.
And we had the 50,000 sub campaign going on the entire channel. I've talked about it on my show, but it goes for this show too. We want the channel to get 50,000 subscribers this year. I believe we're going to get it because I say I'm the king of uncomfortable, controversial conversations. As you can see, we're having that. And we want 50,000 people to join in on us and do the same thing.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you're sitting there watching and listening to us, make sure you grab you a bottle of Big Stick.
All right. great because
Yes,
you
it'll
know
get
a
you
lot
lit.
about that big stick.
And one other thing, if you guys can follow us on all our social media platforms, and every Monday at 8 p.m. we premiere a show. So you guys be sure to tune
And the
into.
DDP ladies will be live in the comments, so you know it's gonna be litty and a bitty.
Yes. And make sure y'all check out Peach's Pillow Talk on Wednesdays.
Yes, and Mimi's tea time.
All right.
Right.
That concludes the show. These ladies have summed it up. Peace. We see you guys next time.
Live from the Pentagon.